Hello, this video is going to be about inheritance. But before we get to inheritance, let's take a look on some examples of classes. Let's say you have a class called weapon, and inside this class you need some variables. You need a round capacity, range, and round type for whatever weapon you have. And then you have a class called code 45. And the code 45 also has a round capacity, has a range, has a round type. And the code 45 has something that other weapons may not have, which is a holster. At least not this type of holster. And then you have a class called M4. The M4 also has a round capacity, range, round type. But the M4 has something that the code 45 doesn't have, which is a foregrip. And then you also have a class called M240B. By the way, I did a search on images for M240B, and it looks like it's a favorite gun for women for whatever reason. So it's good with me. Ladies like it. So the M240B also has a round capacity, has a range, has a round type, and because this gun is a big ass gun, it also needs a tripod or a mount or whatever this thing here is. Whatever this thing here is. So if we implement classes to work with these weapons, with these guns, you're going to implement many classes. In this case, 4 classes. But if you notice right here, all these classes have something in common. And because they have something in common, whenever you implement these classes, you're going to be implementing something repetitive. And we do not like that. We, software engineers, programmers, we hate typing things that are unnecessary or implementing things that are necessary. And this is where the inheritance comes in. So without inheritance, each class has to have the same variables. You need to code that more than once. But if you use inheritance, then each class that it creates and inherit from the weapon class will not have anything repetitive. However, whenever you instantiate an object out of, let's say, the code 45 class, it will have the holster type and also whatever variables and whatever functions from the weapon. Whenever you instantiate an object from the code 45 class, because the code 45 class inherits everything from the weapon class, then whenever you instantiate an object of code 45 type, you will have capacity, range, round type that you inherit from the base class. The base class in this case is the weapon. And you will also have the holster type, which comes from your code 45 class. So whenever you use inheritance, you need to code a lot less, and the end product is a mix of the weapon, which is the base class, and the code 45 class. And the same thing with the class M4. If you were to instantiate an object of class M4, you'd have round capacity, range, round type, and the foregrip. And also with the lady's gun here, you'd have round capacity, range, round type, and also the tripod. So the advantage of our inheritance is that you code a lot less because you reuse other classes. Now, whenever the base class changes, then everything will change as well.